Best Ball Mania 4 is live. $3 million to first place. I repeat, $3 million to first place. The biggest fantasy football league tournament draft of all time. Of all time. Oat milk. This is an oat milk type fantasy draft. What the fuck is on my laptop? I'm eating too many avocados. They're everywhere. We're tucked up. We're zipped up. Best Ball Mania on Underdog has launched, and that's what we are doing today. It is a $25 buy-in, but the prizes are insane. This is the first draft we are doing post-NFL draft, so we have a lot to cover. We will talk through the winners. We will talk through the losers. We will talk through the biggest movers, et cetera, et cetera. There's a church bell going off right now. It is just hecticness is everywhere. How we doing, everybody? How's everyone's draft? If you want to hop in the draft with me, you can. I cannot invite you right now because that's not how this works. Best Ball Mania, I can't create my own, but they are just right there on the home screen. So you can do slow draft, you can do fast draft. Look at these fucking prizes. $1 million to first place, $3 million to first place, $1 million to second place, $300,000 to third place, $150,000 to fourth place. Like, good Lord, we're all getting rich out here. You don't even really got to be that good, and you're probably walking away with six figures. All right? So go download the Underdog app. Go download the Underdog app. If you want to play in BBM4, you need at least $25 on there. But they have many other drafts that you could do, like regular fantasy drafts that we will be posting links to in the Discord throughout the summer and the spring, whatever. And if you use promo code BDGE, if it is your first time depositing on there, they will hit you with a 100% match. So if you throw $15 on there, use the code BDGE, you'll have $30 to play. Therefore, you can do a BBM4 draft, and then you'll have $5 left over, so you could do a $3 fast draft or slow draft, or whatever, a regular fantasy draft, okay? We're shooting for the moon. We're shooting for the millies. Let's get this fucking bread. 30 seconds per pick. I wonder how quick these things fill up. We need 4. Go join BBM4. BBM4. We need 2. Oh my God, Underdog. Don't let Underdog cook. Man, I'm so proud of this platform. I'm so proud to be partnered with them. You don't know. I started working with Underdog like 5 fucking years ago. There was a small team, and now they're just destroying the industry. The games that they have, the platforms that they have, the engagement and the brand that they've built is just second to absolutely none. And the people that join these BBM4 drafts are insane. They're crazy people. You want to talk about the sharpest of the sharpest? These are them. You want to be really prepared for your fantasy drafts come end of August, come September. This is where you put it down. This is the gauntlet. This is the Mecca. This is the Coliseum. This is Madison Square Garden on a Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. when the Knicks have a playoff game, baby. Whew. I took a nap today, if you couldn't tell. We brunched hard yesterday. We hit the marks hard. The best part about brunch is that you go out at like 1 and then you're in bed by like 7. It's awesome. You know, you hit the bottle for 5 hours and then you order some food at like 5 p.m. and we're cooking. We're off to the races. I am sitting back at the 111, which means I won't get my lover, Bijan Robinson. I'll put the draft board up for you guys because you can see that. Is that good? Is that blurry? Do you want to see the big board at all times? Justin Jefferson, the 101. C-Mac, the 102. You know, this is a point that I brought up many times. I think Bijan should be in the argument right here. I think at 104, 105, this is where Bijan Robinson comes into play. You know he's going to be a workhorse. Arthur Smith wants to ride him like Derrick Henry. He wants to ride him like a horse. He wants to get on his saddle. He wants to fucking ride that man to the promised lands. 20-plus touches a game. Ooh. Tyreek Hill at the 104. Travis Kelce at the 105. There's Bijan, 106. I think this is probably around where his ADP will settle in. I think he will be anywhere from like the 104 to the 107 in most drafts. You just don't get many 3-down guys like him. You just don't. And top 8 capital is just crazy sauce. So I'm really interested to see where the rest of the rookies go. Very interested to see how high up Jamar Gibbs goes. This is also a 1 quarterback draft. Most of the underdog drafts that we have done so far this offseason have been super flex. So now that the BBM is live, we can run amok on these 1 quarterback drafts. And we'll be doing a lot of them. So get your wallets ready. Get them fingers ready. Oh, I got to see who's left in the clock for me. JT, Austin Eckler. So I'm sitting there at the 111, and you see these wide receivers going off early. That's like the wave, I guess, this year for BBM. And I gotta say, man, I really like the value of Saquon here at the turn. I really like the value of Saquon here, knowing that I can get Devontae, CD, Garrett Wilson, even Amon-Ra at like the 2-2, I'd be okay with. I'm probably not looking for a quarterback right now, although you probably need a really, really good quarterback in the BBM to really be that guy. But I think for right now, I'm going Saquon over JT. I just don't like the situation in the offense in Indy. I like the future. I like the future's bright there with Anthony Richardson. Going to be a fun offense, but I don't know how quickly that goes into effect, you know? So Saquon coming off a monster year, obviously going to be the workhorse there in New York again. This was like where he was getting drafted last year. And that was with the hesitation of, you know, can Saquon regain his form? Can he get back to who he was? Ooh, we didn't even go with a single wide receiver here. CD, Devontae, Garrett Wilson. We got our pick of the litter. Is this this kind of feels a little bit too early to go with a quarterback here. It really kind of does. How about Tony Pollard? Massive winner from this weekend. My only hesitation is, do they re-sign Zeke? I don't like Devontae with Jimmy G that much. I'm going to go with Amon-Ra, bro. Fuck. How are we timing out? We're 2 picks into the BBM 4, and we've already timed out. Oh, my God, Nicholas. Get your shit together. Whatever. Could be worse. You know, it could be like the 4th round, and we're taking fucking Mac Jones or something. Whatever. You know, we're over it already. We're past that. To be honest, I didn't really know what they're all kind of in the same tier for me. Devontae, Garrett Wilson, all those guys. So I'm not actually upset about it. And I believe we start 3 wide receivers in this one. Let me just they got rules on this motherfucker? No, this is just a lawless tournament. I'm pretty sure you start 3 wide receivers in this one. 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 quarterback, and then there's a flex spot. So I think overloading on wide receivers makes a little bit of sense. That's why you'll see a lot of wide receivers go early and often in these drafts. Ooh, Casey Connection. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts stack. There you go. Tony Pollard goes off at the 205. Let's talk about Tony Pollard a little bit. So Tony Pollard pretty much kind of led running backs in almost every statistical category last year. Yards per carry, yards after contact, explosive plays. He was a fucking goddamn revelation for Dallas down there. I know they got them churches going, right? All Catholic churches, and they'll probably be praying for Tony Pollard, and the Son of the Father, the Son, the Holy Tony, whatever they do. I'm sorry, I try not to cuss when I'm talking about them, but it was awesome. And now the only running back that they bring in is Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn's like 5'6". Deuce Vaughn's shaped like the girls I like to go out with. That's like his build. Fuck, I shouldn't say that. Pause. Deuce Vaughn, I just don't really see a world where he's an impact player, like actually in fantasy, taking away touches from Tony Pollard. I like him. He's a good player. You know, his dad's on the whole story behind Deuce Vaughn is cool, but he's not like a real impact player at the next level. There are still a lot of veterans like available on the trade market. There are still some veterans that can be signed through free agency. Again, I've echoed this a few times, but I still worry a little bit that Zeke just takes a pay cut and returns back to Dallas. I think that's his best spot. He knows the offense. He knows he'll have a role. I don't think we know that for sure if he goes elsewhere. Similar to what like Jerick McKinnon just did with KC, who I think is going to be a great value pick in these drafts, by the way. I can absolutely, I'd say 50-50 Zeke returns. If Zeke comes back, then Tony Pollard's value takes a hit. But even here at like the 2.5, Tony P is going to be a monster. So his upside is, you know, fucking, we're up there with Austin Eckler, up there with Saquon. Like his upside is absolutely first round return. But he was a huge winner in the draft. He was a big winner in the draft. See what the comment section's chirping about. The boys aren't there to remind you you're on the clock. I know. What would I be? Tuck that sheesh. Yeah, we're tucked. We're tucked and zipped, baby. I am in Ace Hold'em 217. Ooh, let's check out your team. What you got so far? Jamar, Nick Chubb, DK Metcalf. Nick Chubb low-key came away as a winner as well. You know, no more Kareem Hunt. Didn't add a running back. Although there were reports coming out today that they were trying to trade for DeAndre Swift, which would have been kind of like a crazy pairing there. But this offense should be, high-powered. I think Nick Chubb's just, like he usually is every single year, a really good value pick there at the end of the second round. Like, you just kind of know what you're getting there. You're getting a top 10 back for show. Okay. All right. We're almost on the clock. Fuck you. Oh, Kenneth Walker. How far does he fall? Travis Etienne, also a faller. The ADPs on these are so damn sharp, bro. You just can't get value anywhere. You can't get it anywhere. Take Jamar Gibbs, Beasteezy. I know you're going to do it. You trying to get cute? You trying to get cute? Everybody tries to get cute in these drafts. You know what's better than being cute? Being reliable, being respectful, having his daughter home by 11 p.m. Okay? That's what's cool. Joe Burrow. This is crazy. I know this is crazy. I'm kind of in on Najee Harris here at the 311. I hate that I am. I hate it, but I kind of am. They have revamped their offensive line a bit. I expect the Steelers' offense to be a much better offense this year. I expect Kenny Pickett to take a step up, become a usable NFL quarterback. They take the offensive lineman with the first overall pick. They sign one through free agency. Can't remember off the top of my head. But I expect the Steelers to be pretty underratedly damn good. And if you look at the way Najee Harris finished last year, which we will in a second. Is this where we go, the QB? What's good with Lamar? Are we all in on Lamar or no? I can't take him over Joey B, right? Unless, nah. Let's take Joey B. Let's get our quarterback here in the fourth. I want to be in that top tier of QBs for sure. I want to grab one of these dudes up here. I don't think I could have waited till the next spot to get him. Najee is... You guys can't see this, can you? We all know how he finished. He finished the year, averaging like 22 touches per game. He was much better down the stretch. I think that's what happens when a lot of the times you see these offensive lines need to get some sort of continuity. They need to mesh together. And you have younger players who a lot of the times, like, Andrew Thomas, right? For the Giants, this is a good example. Really bad first half of the year as a rookie, then turned it on, and now he's an elite tackle. I don't know if you can name a tackle that you'd rather have in the NFL if you're starting a franchise for the future than Andrew Thomas. A lot of the time, these rookies, right? Even not even on the offensive line, but like wide receivers, running backs, like we just see the second half breakout. It always happens. So I think we just kind of saw that with the Steelers, and we saw the way that they wanted to operate their offense, and it was actually through Najee Harris. I like Jaylen Warren a lot too. If you don't get Najee, you can get Jaylen in like the fucking 13th round. I'm all for it, baby. Bijan will bust. Please take him. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. It's an in the muck kind of Monday. You guys are OGs in the muck. Use the Q, dude, every year. Whatever. Fuck a Q. Fuck a R. Fuck a Q. Fuck a T. Fuck a J. How do you feel about Olave this year? I mean, he's a great fucking player. I think where's he getting drafted right now? He kind of feels like someone who's probably going to continuously get drafted near his ceiling. Yeah, like at the 211, I like it. I mean, listen, his stats could have been a lot better than they were last year. I feel like he got overthrown a lot on deep balls. I do just the build of who he is as a player. I do kind of question his upside. Like, can he get to being the wide receiver 10? I think so. I think maybe he can get up to like Terry McLaurin. Maybe he can get there. And Terry with a good quarterback is would be fucking flames, obviously. So I like Olave. I think a lot of it will ride on whether or not Michael Thomas is back. I'll be taking a little bit of MT. I was completely off him last year, but I don't hate the complete injury value draft that you can get him in now. Olave or Waddle. Oh, it's Waddle. It's not even close for me. I think you just want a lot of that Miami offense, to be honest. Don't think they're going to use Pollard as a lone bell cow. Not sure he could hold up. I agree, but like, what had they signed? I don't know, Damian Harris, or had they signed a bigger back? Like, that makes sense. I just don't know. Can you guys not see the screen? Is it really blurry? Is that really blurry for you guys too? I don't know. I don't know what other choice they're really giving it. Greg Dulcich. Someone took Dulcich? What are you talking about? Oh, my God. Matthew's just throwing away money here. He must have fucked up. He must have done fucked up. Jonathan Mingo. This guy's just playing. This guy, I think he must be in the chat, and he just wants to fuck with me. Damn, I could have waited on Herbie. I could have waited on Herbie and took him and Keenan together forever. Ooh, Jahmyr Gibbs versus Aaron Jones. How do we feel about that? I think in redraft, I'm probably taking Aaron Jones over Jahmyr Gibbs. I think Aaron Jones is going to be an underrated fantasy asset like he is pretty much every year. Ooh, J.K. Dobbins, winner of the draft for show. I think I need to start hitting these. Wide receivers. I'm going to go Terry. Terry? Who do you guys like, Aaron Jones or Jahmyr Gibbs? I'm kind of in on Aaron Jones again being underrated. He was the RB10 in fantasy last year. The goal line carries took a dip. That was pretty much the only fall off because AJ Dillon's obviously there, but he caught a ton of passes. I think he had a career high in receptions. Like, I think he'll be a huge player in this offense, like he's been for years and years and years. And I think he's going to go like super, super late. J.K. Dobbins, yeah, really, really big winner. They don't draft anybody. They don't draft a pass catching back or anything. They don't have much on the roster behind him and Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. So feels like they're confident in him. The other wide receivers went, huh? Fuck. Ayuk, JSN, Tyler Lockett. I don't know what to do with Seattle. JSN's already going above Tyler Lockett by like 7 picks. That feels wild. I don't really have any San Fran. I'm gonna get some Ayuk. Yeah, he had his little breakout last year. We don't know what the quarterback situation is. I fully expect it to be Purdy, and if Purdy's the guy under there, as long as he can get healthy, obviously, I feel relatively good about Ayuk. So far, the team, we got Burrow, Saquon, Najee, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Brandon Ayuk. We got a strong start. Probably should have won a tight end. I think I want to leave most of these drafts with a really solid tight end, and we ain't doing it. Joaquin said to draft tight end, and we ain't doing it. I'm gonna end up saying that. I think I say that every single time. Is this a money draft? Yes, it is. $25 entry, $3 million to first place. This is prime Devon A-Chain draft range. I actually can't wait to see where he goes. Matthew, what are you doing, brother? My brother in Christ. He must go to the Tony Pollard church. I love that landing spot. The more I think about Devon A-Chain in Miami, the more like I'm just fading every outlier narrative there possibly is. I'm just all in. And you also like look at I'm doing the rookie draft guide write-ups right now, and Devon A-Chain is one of the players that I did. And you look back at like Michael McDaniel, you look back at Shanahan, and the types of players that they use in the backfield that they run into the ground, typically not big players. Right? Like if you look at the size of C-Mac, 205, Raheem Mostert, 205, Elijah Mitchell, 201 pounds. Like they've had 5 or 6 backs over the last few years that are small. They just give the rock to the person that Chase Edmonds, right? They gave him the big, he wasn't good. They gave him a big contract. They use undersized backs. They don't care. They're like, we're going to give the most skilled player the touches. And if he dies, he dies. So I don't think there could have been a better spot for Devon A-Chain than where he is in that offense. I see what you're saying, dog. I'm gonna move me over here. Shout out to StreamYard for the updates. How we doing, baby? Najee over Christian Watson is a blunder. You're a blunder. There you go, too. That's another point. Najee's foot probably got better by the end of the year. I try not to really read into like the injury and hurt narratives. You know, some people are actually hurt, right? But like, if you're gonna play, then you're playing. I'm not. I just feel like you could pick and choose these narratives for everybody and say like, oh, this guy was dealing with this. This guy had fucking 2 ribs removed in the middle of the season. Like they all say that shit. But if you're not missing time and you're not missing games and you're on the field and you're playing, that's it. All right. No one liked the Najee pick. I fucking get it. I get it. Grow up. See, this is the problem. Can you just let me move it while I'm fucking doing it? Oh my God. Nope. Put me back over there. Oh, I'm almost on the clock. They're being predicted for the pick-ins. Which QB change has the biggest effect this year? I'm going to get back to that question after I get my pick-in. After I get my George Pickens. DeMont, Mike Evans. This is crazy that Gabe Davis is going 10 spots behind Mike Evans. Why the fuck would Gabe Davis be going at pick 85? Also, Joe Mixon down here, like massive winner of the draft. I can't let him go any further than that. All they did was draft Chase Brown in the 5th round. Now, if Chase Brown's kind of cool, he could definitely play 3 downs, but if that's all they're adding, they're not adding anybody else to that backfield. That kind of tells me that they're probably rolling with Joe Mixon into this year. No Samaje Perine over there anymore. Joe Mixon's ADP needs to continually creep up until we hear bad news, okay? I need to go with the tight end too. Fuck, I should have done that. All right, we still got Njoku here chilling. Dalton Schultz, Cole. I don't hate Cole Kmet. I love Dalton Kincaid. I might try to get Dalton Kincaid on the wraparound next time. Njoku had a little bit of a breakout last year. Now with the full offseason with Watson, full season with Watson, let's see what they can cook. Let's see what they can cook together. Which QB change has the biggest effect this year? There are a lot of moves, huh? I mean, Aaron Rodgers is obviously massive for that offense. They had no stability last year and still produced a lot of fantasy relevant players. Like Garrett Wilson, was he top 15 at his position? Breece Hall was obviously a monster before he got hurt. So now imagine that offense with more stability, more upside, more scoring. So A-Rod's obviously a massive piece for that. I think Derek Carr to the Saints is kind of interesting, but he kind of provides like what they've had there, like a safe floor quarterback for a long time. Jimmy G to LV is just taking over as what Jimmy G was or what Derek Carr was. What other QB moves were there this offseason? I mean, we can talk about the rookies, but there's no real weapons that you want to have in Carolina. There's no real weapons that you want to have in Houston per se, at least not or in the single-digit rounds. I mean, Anthony Richardson could be that guy. Anthony Richardson can be that dude in Indianapolis. What other QB changes were there? I don't know. Talk to me, baby. All right. A lot of you guys like Gibbs over Jones, huh? Interesting. Ben Johnson is a greater coordinator. I agree. They took him 12th overall. Lions O-line is insane. They have a better offense. I like Gibbs. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that makes sense. I just still I hesitate every time a team drafts a player and then they're just like, he's a weapon. I hesitate to actually believe that they're going to use him correctly. Every team wants to use a player as a weapon until it's fucking 3rd and 4. until they're on the goal line. Then they just want to do what's stable. Then they just want to do what gets them the 4 yards, right? That's my problem with him, at least in year one. At least in year one. But I do like Ben Johnson there. I do like the fact that Dan Campbell was in New Orleans when they had Kamara. So, there's precedent here. How would you rank Sharbs, Pacheco, and Rachaad White? For this year, Sharbs has got to be my 3 there, unfortunately. I mean, he'll be in a committee with Walker, but he won't be like the fat side of it. Oh, no. Can you see that? No, you can't. Okay. Sheesh. Thank God. Someone taking Kate already? Oh, no, they didn't. Cool. What do we got here? Devontae, Charbonnet, Kamara. Okay, interesting. Khalil Herbert's another interesting one, man, because they took Roschon Johnson. I just tweeted about this about 5 seconds ago. I feel like people are going to be drafting Roschon as if he's the starter in Chicago. I feel like Khalil Herbert's just a dynamite best ball pick. I probably need more wide receivers, though. Let's grab let's go with MT here. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm kind of back in. I've faded MT for like the last 3 years, and now I'm back. Okay, Sharbs, Pacheco, Rachaad White. I think Pacheco would be my 1 right now. I think he'd be my 1. Did he get picked already? This is just such a value spot of the draft, it feels like. How early did he go? Oh, he went early, huh? 7-3? Okay. That's still value, it feels like. I actually feel like Jerick McKinnon, now that he's re-signed, is going to play such a fat role in that backfield. I feel like McKinnon's probably a stupid good value in these drafts. Where is he? I think I've drafted him in a few of these thinking that they're going to re-sign him. Oh, yeah. People don't know he's chilling down there. I actually feel like I should fucking take him now. I'm probably not going to get him on the turn. Yeah, fuck it. We leave nothing to chance. Yeah, I mean, KC not drafting a running back is a huge win for Pacheco. Tampa Bay brings in Sean Tucker. People are going to get way too cute with that. Undrafted free agent. Didn't get drafted. I mean, their depth chart is bad. Do not forget, though, that they signed Chase Edmonds this offseason. They signed Chase Edmonds. So they have Rachaad White. They have Chase Edmonds. They have Sean Tucker. They got Keyshawn Vaughn. So a bunch of shit, honestly. We don't really know if Rachaad White's good or not. I do think he's a value down here, though, because he could operate as a 3-down workhorse. So I'd probably go Pacheco, Rachaad White, Sharbs. But I do think in BBM, in Best Ball Mania, where you're trying to fucking be the best team out of 8 bajillion teams, Sharbs probably has the most upside there. Like if something happens to Kenneth Walker, Sharbs is probably a league winner. So he makes sense to want to draft in this type of format. But in like season long, I don't know if I want to hold on to him for the whole time. Again, y'all, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. If you are new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure you go download the app. It's linked in the description. If you use our promo code, if it's the first time depositing, you will get a 100% deposit match. You throw down 10 with BDGE, you'll have 20. You throw down 20, you'll have 40. I think up to $100. So you can put $100 down, have $200 in your account. That's 8 BBM4 drafts. That is fucking 66 with $1 left over for a McDouble if you want to. Maybe not in this economy anymore. Promo code BDGE, Underdog Fantasy. Go download the app, please. We will be posting links to the drafts that we do with our fans and stuff in the Discord. So make sure you are in the Discord. Free to join, free to hang out, free to yell at me. All that good stuff. Where art thou? Sheesh. Would you take Kelsey in the first round? Or are you still fading tight ends in the first round? Yeah, I just don't like building my team with tight ends, so I probably fade that. I think there are good values at tight ends still in this year. I think like Kittle in the 5th. I think Goddard in the 6th is kind of beautiful. So I'd rather 6th round Goddard than a first round Kelsey. Yeah, the Chargers wide receiver group it's tough. People fading Mike Williams, people fading Keenan Allen. I think that's going to be a mistake most likely. It was tough to get a real read on their offense last year in the passing sense because they kept getting hurt. If Keenan was out, Mike Williams was getting 12 targets a game. If Mike Williams was out, Keenan was getting 12 targets a game. I think they worked together in tandem, and now that Keelan Cole, I don't think Keelan Cole, the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore is there. I don't know. I just like the makeup of the offense. Obviously, Quentin Johnson might take away some targets, but again, he's just a rookie. So, if Eckler's out of there, imagine Eckler's gone. I don't really see it happening at this point, but if he is somehow gone, then imagine how many targets are going to be up in that offense. Njoku over Zay, killing me, Nick. Over Zay Jones? Calvin Ridley's about to be a hoss, bro. Also, don't sleep on Parker Washington. Don't sleep on Parker. Ugh, Juju in New England. That's so gross. Oh, you meant Zay Flowers. I was like, Zay Jones. What's your obsession with his ass? Don Kincaid still sitting there, double cheeked up. Yes, sir. I need to get another quarterback, probably. I need a lot of things. Jamal Williams still sitting here as one of the best values, I feel like, in this draft. Chick is good. Yeah, whatever. Larry 2 times. You're like so out of pocket, brother. Let's see what Jordan Love, Jamal. Fuck, bro. They took the 2 players that I fucking wanted. How does that happen? Derek Carr. All right, we can go Derek Carr and Mikey Thomas. We can go Derek Carr and Mikey Thomas together. It's a stack I never wished to have on a fucking team, but here we are. This BBM brings out the worst in us. Brings out the worst. Is Minshew a draft winner? Because a lot of people think A-Rich ain't starting week 1. I mean, I don't know if I'd put if I had to put the over-under on how many games Minshew is going to start this year, I don't know if I put it over. If I set it at like 4.5, 5.5, I don't know if I even feel, I don't even know if I feel great about that, taking the over. Nikki had the beat on John Mingo. One mock, he said Mingo at 2.7. Yeah, we've been on the Mingo train for a minute. I didn't really know much about him until a couple weeks ago, and then once I watched him, I was like, "There's a lot of potential upside." And the rumors started sprouting about him going early, and then he was early, and he got picked real early. Why they say this economy we do all over. Eckler mostly brought in those targets because Herbert didn't have time with A-Rob injury. What do you mean A-Rob injury? What the fuck are you talking about A-Rob? I get it, though. The offense, I just don't think last year's offense for the Chargers is anything close to predictive of what this year's is going to be. Let's take a look at the board right now. Tyler Boyd. I really like the Charlie Jones pick by them as like the replacement to Tyler Boyd as their slot guy in a couple of years. Brian Robinson is kind of. I like how Ron Rivera drafts Brian Robinson last year, and then in the 3rd round, and then drafts Brian Robinson again this year in the 6th round with Chris Rodriguez, Jalen Hyatt, Cole Kmet, Juju. I think Juju might be a little bit undervalued in the 12th round here with Jacoby Myers gone. I feel like Juju's going to suck up a lot of targets. Roschon Johnson. See, I don't hate Roschon down here. I kind of assume that I think I tweeted this out earlier that like people were going to start drafting Roschon Johnson as if he was the starter there in Chicago already. But Khalil Herbert led the NFL in yards per carry last year among 41 running backs that had over 100 carries. Like literally number one in the NFL in yards per carry. He is a very good early down guy. And I guess my concern is that if Herbert is the starter, or at least takes like, I don't know, 65% of the early down work, Roschon has some scraps there. How much passing work do we get in a Justin Fields offense? He runs the ball so much. You look at the mobile quarterbacks, like the only QB who threw to his running backs fewer times last year was Jalen Hurts. Similar QB play, you know? That's my concern with any running back in Chicago. They're just not going to get a lot of dump offs. But it is an ambiguous backfield, so I get taking the shots on him for sure. Jones, Gibson, Alec Pierce, Raheem Mostert, Lukey Musgrave. Matthew is just fucking out of control. See, I don't get like why he makes these picks and then makes like 2 serious picks, then 7 fake picks, then 1 serious pick. It's crazy. It's crazy sauce. Boy. Oh, shit. We on the clock. We in here. Rashid Shaheed. Nope. You think I won't take Zeke right now? Because I won't. Give me Michael Gallup. 2 years off that ACL. Yeah, I was not a huge fan of Rashee Rice, just like as a prospect, but that draft capital and obviously landing in KC, I don't know. There's something tingling in my spidey senses. Yeah, you're right. I meant wait, which one? Hold on one sec. Nico Collins, Rashee Rice. I'm taking Rosh. I'm taking the Roshinator. Yeah, this is not 2021, so this is not the year that he tore his ACL. He's 2 years removed from the ACL now. Yeah, Mahomes asked him to draft Rice. He also like forced him to draft Clyde Edwards-Helaire too. So I'm going to try to not put too much stock into that. One of them was first and one of them was third. Whoever said that comment about Tony Pollard, I forget. Let me see. Hold on. Herbert was number 1 in yards per carry, number 3 in yards after contact. Tony Pollard was number 1 in yards after contact and number 3 in yards per carry. Sorry, that's why I got confused. No. You don't. It's fine. I just come on here and lie about shit. You have to call me out. How else you guys are gonna get better if I'm just feeding fucking lies? Who in the fuck is Jaden Hazelwood? Noah's 2022 RB prediction was so off. What was his RB prediction? Favorite pick in round 14. I like Kendre Miller in these types of drafts. I think the draft capital is kind of sexy in the 3rd round. Paul Walker was going to stink. Who's Paul Walker? Yeah, Kendre Miller, 3rd round to the Saints is cool. I can't really make my mind up of whether or not I like the landing spot. Like I kind of do, but then you have Jamal Williams who just signed. Obviously, Kamara's there. Does he get suspended? Does he not get? Like if Kamara's on the field, it's just there's Kendre. He's not getting on there. He's just not getting on there. He means Ken Walker. I mean, I think he was just saying he's not going to catch passes, and I also think that if Rashad Penny doesn't get hurt, then Kenneth Walker probably doesn't really get on the field. Or at least, I mean, he doesn't have the season he does last year, obviously. Boy. CJ Stroud, Gerald Everett. Oh, there's only 18 rounds in the BBM4. Love that. Rounds 19, 20 are tough. They're a tough scene in fantasy. There's just a bunch of players that you want no part of. Trey Lance, I don't think he's going to start many games this year unless he gets traded. Juwan Johnson's actually a little bit interesting, given the fact that I really thought they were going to take Michael Mayer. I feel like they should have. He would have been a good fit in New Orleans. Juwan Johnson's kind of interesting with Adam Troutman on the outs. Went to Denver. Sean Payton gave up, a pick for him. Juwan Johnson becomes super interesting. 65 targets last year, 42 catches, 508 yards, 7 touchdowns. Am I missing something? Did they sign somebody in? That's to ourlads.com. Juwan Johnson, no. They still have Taysom Hill, obviously, but I like Juwan Johnstein. Running back Tajay, Zeke, Kareem Hunt, Chase Brown. Do we go in on Chase Brown here? No, we probably need another wide receiver or two. Chase Claypool feels a little bit respected. Give me Tim Patrick. Don't ask me why. I have like a weird feeling about Tim Patrick. He's going to be a playmaker in this offense. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts over Courtland Sutton, as weird as that sounds. Marvin Mims. Yeah, I think Tim Patrick could eat Marvin Mims for fucking an appetizer. Hyatt's already picked my brother. My brother in Christ. Sam Howell, GOAT. Is Matt Stafford going to fucking play this year? Should we go Jimmy G? Yeah, let's go Jimmy G. Fuck it. We got Devontae. We got our 3 quarterbacks, Saquon, Najee, Joe Mixon, Jerick McKinnon. That's the best group of running backs in this entire draft, for show. Jerick McKinnon, grab him while you can. Grab him while you can. Dude's going to end up being like a 6th or 7th round pick this year. It's going to be insane. McKinnon was awesome for the Chiefs last year. Tim Patrick, yeah, he tore his ACL last year. He was primed to be a player. Larry, I'm going to put you in timeout. You got a lot of negative energy in here, and my shit is nice. My team is nice. Yeah! Cam Young knows what it is. Put it down, big man. All right, what questions we got? We got any questions from the chat that I could incorrectly answer? Give me something to work with here. We got the last 3 rounds of the draft. Any dynasty questions? Any regular questions? What the fuck is this? I just got a question on Twitter. Probably a stupid question, but have you watched Gomorrah? What is Gomorrah? Gomorrah? Anyone know what that is? Gomorrah? I thought he was asking me if I had gonorrhea, obviously. Am I overthinking this? Do I take Levis at the 2-1? I think that's about where I have him ranked right now. All my rankings are completely up to date, live, ready to rip. He's my 12th ranked player in my Superflex rookie rankings. So 112. I think if you look at it from a very practical standpoint, I think you're getting him at a really, really good value at the 201 because they're clearly out of Ryan Tannehill's contract after this year. And they traded up to get Will Levis right there. And he's going to be a starter. I would put the odds 70% that he's their starter going into next year. And if that's the case, you have a starting quarterback that you got at 2. I actually like the fact that he fell a little bit because he's the same fucking player as what he was a week ago. But now you don't have to draft him at the 106 with the question mark of his talent. Like, he was either going to be the starter or he wasn't going to be the starter. He's going to get the same chance to be their starter, possibly earlier than the end of this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts a handful of games this year. If this man gets on to the preseason field and rips a seed to Treylon Burks for like 40 yards and just completes it and looks good, people are going to be salivating over getting him on their team for the entire year. That's it. You need like one big play from him. I think Will Levis is actually one of the best value picks in rookie drafts right now, where he's going at the 112 to 1. Yeah, I really think so. He puts mayo in his coffee, though. Exactly. That's a dub. That's a fucking huge dub. Should I trade Chase for Bijan? I mean, it's kind of lateral. I think I've seen people put Bijan as like their overall number one player in Dynasty. I think like I'd probably put him in the same tier. Him, Chase, Jefferson, maybe Breece Hall. So like, kind of depends on your team makeup. It's lateral for me. Where are you taking Tajay? I'm kind of out on Tajay Spears in one quarterback leagues. I don't like all the reports of his knee. I don't like. I mean, the landing spot couldn't have been fucking worse. I know Derrick Henry's probably out of there next year, but I'm pretty much out on Tajay Spears. He would be in one quarterback leagues. I mean, just because he got the draft capital end of second round, but I probably won't be the guy drafting him this year. Tequila or mezcal on your marks? Definitely tequila, but I'll be honest, I've been getting way more into mezcal lately. I've been drinking it a lot. Is Kendre at the 110 Looney Tunes crazy? I guess it depends on, well, one, who's available there. I'm not taking him over a first-round wide receiver. If it's a super flex league, there's probably a first-round wide receiver sitting there for you to take. So most likely crazy sauce. If it's one quarterback, I guess you could make the argument, but Gamora is the Green Guardians of the Galaxy girl. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. Oh boy, we're on the clock. Do we need another tight end? Probably, honestly. Probably need one more running back and then one more wide receiver. Clyde, what's good with Clyde? He's fucking toast. Everybody's toast. Everyone is fucking toast here, dude. What am I doing? Correll. All right, let's grab a wide receiver first. Then. Ugh. How about Robbie? How about Bobby Woods? Ooh, I could have went Allen Robinson in Pittsburgh. Nah, I think Bobby Woods better. I just needed some time to choose what running back I wanted to take here. Yeah, Gus Edwards. Do we just send it on one of these rookies? Hope Sean Tucker makes a roster. Hope Dalvin Cook gets traded. Hope Deuce Vaughn somehow fucking grows 4 inches. Ugh. Is there anyone that we like? Not a single fucking player. I might take Boston Scott just out of respect. This is bad. Oh boy. Izzy. Sure. Okay, run it. Okay, Matt Stafford. Fuck you. Fuck you. Ugh. All right. Well, that's my draft. That's my team. Joe Burrow, Derek Carr, Jimmy G, Matt Stafford, Saquon Barkley. Just to remind you, the BBM winner from 2 years ago who won $1 million did it with 4 running backs. So it's not crazy to go 4 running backs on a roster. Bill signed Latavius Murray to a 1-year deal. Makes sense. I've been telling y'all not to put too much stock into Damian Harris. I've been trying to tell y'all this is what that contract does. It opens it up for ricochet shots everywhere. Saquon, Najee, Joe Mixon, Jerick McKinnon, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Brandon Ayuk, Michael Thomas, Michael Gallup, Rashee Rice, Tim Patrick, Robert Woods, David Njoku, Dalton Kincaid. I'll tell you what, not that bad. Not good, but not that bad. Let's see Ace Hold'em. Oh, my God, what a bad team. What a bad team. Nah, it's honestly kind of fire. This is a good team. Good job. Fuck you. All right, let's get to the questions. Back to the stream. Go hop on Underdog, first of all. Again, we could do those drafts together. I will be doing these every single week. We actually do 3 of them a week. We stream trace times per week in the office. So make sure you got notifications on for the channel. Make sure you're on Underdog. Promo code BDGE will get you a 100% deposit match on your first deposit. What else we got in here? Okay. 6th round, Zach Evans, only 5 picks after 3rd round. Bigsby. Yeah, crazy sauce. Josh Downs, Jonathan Mingo. I have Mingo above Josh Downs in my rankings. I like Downs better as a prospect, but hard to ignore how early Mingo went, and the fact that he's going to the Panthers, where you got that rookie sync up there, you got that chemistry. They're going to grow together, they're going to learn together, and he could be the wide receiver 1 as early as next year, if things break correctly. So I like Mingo there. JSN or Gibbs in 1 QB. I have him in the same tier. I have Gibbs ranked above JSN though. Titans trade Henry tomorrow. Then how do you feel about Tajay? I don't see them not bringing in another vet if that happens. I'd be surprised if they traded Henry and then Tajay still had anything better than a RB fucking 30 season. I'm telling you, the vibes are not good for Tajay. They're just this is a vibe analysis for you. T. Higgins or DK Metcalf for redraft. T. Higgins. Sean Tucker could take over the lead back in Tampa if the NFL allows him to play. The only reason he went undrafted because, I think another reason he went undrafted because he just wasn't that good of a prospect, and people have trouble understanding that. If he was any good as a prospect, if people really, really liked him as a prospect, he would have been like a 6th round pick or something like that. No offense to his heart. God bless his heart. I have a heart problem too. I have a minor heart problem, heart murmur, bicuspid aortic valve. I would have got drafted this year too. Had it not been for that, I didn't clear the medicals, unfortunately. Sean Tucker feels like the Justin Ross of this year, where the reports are literally telling you that this guy can't play football, and you guys are going to draft him anyways. Shout out to you. 2 teams in the finals last year. That's what's up. Who's your favorite Texans wide receiver? All right, so they got Mechie, they got Robert Woods, they have Nico Collins, they drafted Tank Dell. Oh God. I don't know, dude. Dell is definitely the most fun one to watch, of course. I'd flip a coin. I've been drafting a lot of Robert Woods. I feel like he's going to, again, he's another guy 2 years removed from the ACL. 2 years removed from the ACL. I think he's going to get a lot of play time and kind of be that guy. But yeah, Dell, a lot of Dell love in here. I get it, man. When you watch Dell, I've used this comparison many times, going back like a month, 2 months when I started watching him originally. He really, when you watch his tape, he really feels like when you're watching a 5-star recruit play high school, right? You're like, oh, he's not he hasn't filled out his body yet, but he just moves differently than everybody else on the field. He's just so smooth. He's so fast. His quick twitch. You're like, he's just a different level of athlete. And you want to say, those dudes just are going to succeed. But again, I feel like, we've seen this story play out so many times where it's just an undersized weapon who looks so awesome on film, where those guys just don't really tend to be fantasy NFL players. My bad, Chris. I missed your super chat. I was at 112. Thoughts on my pick. Were you Matt? Were you the motherfucker just throwing picks? I feel like Dell is way too small. Maybe, I mean that's the obvious elephant in the room. The dude is like fucking sub 170 pounds. How many times have we seen a fantasy relevant wide receiver, get it done at that weight? Who's pushing that weight? Oh, I need to fucking go to bed. That's what I need. Do I like any of the day 2 running backs? I like all of them. I think I love Devon Achane to Miami. Absolutely love that landing spot for him. I think the coach has shown a propensity not to care about the size, and he wants as much speed on the field as possible. It's the perfect scheme for a guy like Devon Achane. He's a much better in between the tackles runner than people are going to give him credit for. He's a better runner than Raheem Mostert. Basically a 10-year younger version of Raheem Mostert at this point. So I love Devon Achane. I sneaky like Tank Bigsby. I think here's the thing: most of these guys in this class are just backup. They're backup handcuff running backs, and people are going to have a hard time in fantasy acknowledging that because everybody wants the upside. Tank Bigsby, I think he'll have a sizable role. Like Doug Peterson's been very vocal about wanting to use a committee. I like Tank Bigsby to Jacksonville. I think he's going to be a player. He's a really good compliment to ETN. ETN's like, shifty, explosive. He's the lightning, and Tank Bigsby's more of the thunder, So I like Tank. Charbonnet it's just devastating that he goes to fucking Seattle, unfortunately. Wouldn't be surprised if we just see them 2 splitting series, which is going to be devastating. It's going to be terrible for fantasy. Who are the other day 2 running backs? Kendre Miller, New Orleans. Yeah, that one again, I can't really tough to get a read on without knowing Alvin Kamara's situation. Love Kendre Miller. You guys know I've been on him as a talent for a very long time. I think he's an awesome running back, and I think he fits that offense really, really well. But Jamal Williams obviously there, Kamara there. So I think like in a year from now, we're probably really happy with the landing spot for Kendre Miller. So tough to get excited about him for redraft this year, but like the landing spot overall for the future. I think those were the 4 day 2 backs, right? Achane, Miller, Charbonnet. Anyone else that I'm missing? I don't think so. So I like him. I think Achane's the only one that I love. Welcome, bye. Like we never left. Favorite day 3 picks. Ooh, I'd have to go through. All the running backs are fucking terrible, honestly. Roshan Johnson pick is definitely kind of cool. I'll admit that. Let's see. Falcons, Clark Phillips, GOAT pick of the draft for sure. Let's see what wider. Tyler Scott to Chicago, I love. Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones was used so weird at Purdue. They really, really used him as if he was fucking DeAndre Hopkins on the outside. And he was not good on the outside, but he was awesome in the slot. So if Charlie Jones can take over, I don't know how much longer Tyler Boyd is going to be in Cincinnati for. It can't be much longer. I feel like his contract's got to be over in a year. Charlie Jones to Cincinnati next year, I think will be kind of cool. What else do we got here? Any other wide receivers? There's a few that I don't know about, really. Like Justin Shorter to the Bills. I got to do some work on him. I like Chase Brown to the Bengals, kind of. Dude, day 3 was just not kind to fantasy. Parker Washington to Jacksonville, so buried so far underneath the depth chart. There are like legitimately like 3 fucking picks I liked in day 3 for fantasy. Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, I think it was a great value pick for them for real life football, but I think he ended up going. I think the NFL basically told us what they thought about the Tennessee offense. Hooker, Tillman, Hyatt all going in round 3. Actually, it's not even day 3, but it's round 3. I think they're role players. I think that's what they are. I would invest as much draft capital into Tristan Ebner as you humanly can. That is what I'll leave you with. Those are my parting words on this Monday. PM. I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm out of here. Tyler Scott is better than Darnell Mooney. Correct. And he'll show it before we fucking know it. Go to underdogfantasy.com. Link to the app will be down below. BBM4 is live. Get as many entries as you possibly can into that motherfucker because it's $3 million to first place. Promo code BDGE will get you a 100% deposit match. Change that sweater? Absolutely not. You serious? Love you. We out. Next one, Thursday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday. Join the Discord, and we'll keep you updated throughout. Have a good evening. Love you.